There you go. Hey, everybody. Hello, world. What is up? Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte. We are here live at the Build Studio in New York City. Now, you know our next guest from one of the most popular HGTV series of all time, Flip or Flop. He successfully flipped hundreds of houses, hundreds, and has been doing this for years. So now he's ready to share the secrets to his success in the new HGTV series, Flipping 101 with Tarek El Moussa, premiering this Thursday, March 5th. Please make a crazy amount of noise and welcome the great Tarek El Moussa right here. Do it up. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here, Tarek, man. What a pleasure.
Hey, I must say, I've seen a lot of sets and a lot of setups like this. This is by far my favorite setup.
Oh my gosh, that means a lot.
It is so
Someone
cool.
who does what you do specifically. That's a very, very tall compliment. Thank you. I like it. Very, very much. Well, we're super excited to have you here, man. Congratulations on the show. Thursday, big day, big premiere day. How are you doing? You excited? You ready?
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm ready. You know, I've been doing TV a long time and flipping houses a long time. And this is kind of my reboot, Tarek 2.0, coming out with Flipping 101, and it's a lot different than Flip or Flop. You know, Flip or Flop, I'm flipping my own houses. With Flipping 101, I'm actually teaching people how to make money investing in real estate, which is a huge passion of mine.
Yeah, and I was really curious about that, is how this kind of all came together, coming to do your own show and all that. Where were you setting out to like make it different and set it apart and make this uniquely Tarek El Moussa's show?
You know, I'm just a huge fan of coaching and mentoring and teaching and training, because I am where I am today because I had coaches and I had trainers and I had people motivating me. So now I'm on this platform on global TV where I'm able to touch so many millions of people. So I know 100% people are actually going to learn from the show. And on top of it being educational, it's a ton of fun. It's high stakes, high risk, big construction, big remodels. And I think people are going to love the show.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive into it because I think I saw on your social media one of the houses caught fire or burned down. I couldn't tell exactly what happened. It was intentionally vague. Was it on fire when you got the property? Did it catch on fire during the process of reno? What happened there? Can you divulge yet?
Well, I don't know if I can divulge, so
okay.
I'll say a little bit.
Give me a little bit.
It was about halfway through the flip in this high-end home in Los Angeles, California, and it was a big storm, and almost half the house burned down. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
Have you ever, in your history of house flipping, had something like that happen right in the middle of the project where half of it is just completely upended and you're not where you thought you were now?
No, that was the first for me. Like, I bought houses that have burned down. I bought houses that have mold and flood and asbestos, but I've never had a project burn down mid-construction.
Well, it's a dangerous game, man. Yeah, especially with all the demo and stuff. You ever have any close calls while you were out there?
Oh, I've had a ton of close calls. I don't know if anybody watched early seasons of Flip or Flop, but I used to walk around construction sites in sandals and shorts every day. But I've stepped on a few nails in my day. A couple boards have hit me in the head, and yeah, I've been hurt a few times.
I guess the learning experiences, right?
You would think so, but I do the same thing over and over and over, which is the definition of insanity.
Fair enough, but I didn't see any sandals in the episode I watched on this one, so I feel like you're getting some proper shoes now.
Well, I'm a little bit older now, and I'm a little less stressed. So on top of, Flipping 101, I did upgrade my wardrobe, which has been a lot of fun. So there's a whole new style coming out, too.
That's fantastic. It really is 2.0, man. It's a whole new time. Speaking of that, coming into that new time and finding this show and making it your own, talk about the transition of going from working as a duo to working solo. You're the guy now. That's your show. You got to carry the whole 29, 30 minutes, whatever it is. How was that transition for you, figuring out how to navigate that and work solo?
Yeah, you know what? The transition's been really smooth, actually. You know, going into it at first, I've always had a co-cast member, I guess you would call it, my ex-wife. But, I was very excited to have my own show and my own project, and I just gave it everything I had. And to be honest, I was just really excited about it, and it was a huge opportunity for me, so I gave it everything I have. And I really think the viewers are going to see the passion that I put into this project.
For sure. No, I mean, you're very fun to watch, and I think that's part of the charm of the show is just watching you kind of experience and go through all this. Not just that we get to learn, but you're also an entertaining dude. When you were kind of playing off of the regular folk that have applied that you were helping out with, was that different than what you were used to when you were bouncing off your co-host before, and now you're like throwing a ball and waiting for it to come back, and it's like, all right, he's just a couple trying to flip a house,
It's definitely different. And, of course, it's nerve-wracking for most people to be on TV, and I'm dealing with people that have never been on TV. Exactly. But the situations are real, and the stakes are real, and the money's real. So I take them to the side, and I said, listen, forget the cameras. Your life savings is on the line. If you don't do this the right way, your kids aren't going to college. It's that serious. So I think me talking to them and coaching them really helped them on camera.
Do you ever get nervous with the pressure of that when you walk into a scenario and the family or the couple is like, yeah, we remortgaged our house and put the dog up at the pawn shop, but you're going to help us get it all back, so we're not worried. Like, they put all that on you. Like,
I mean, I'm telling you, like some of these rookie flippers going into day one of the project, I went to the side of my production team and I said, they're not going to flip a house. They're going to lose it all. Like, I don't even, you know, so on a few of them, I was genuinely scared for their family because it's a real deal. It's high risk flips. It's real money on the line. And some of these people bought properties that I never would have touched.
Right.
Ever.
oof. What do you do when you pull up and you see that and you go, oh no, I got to make this work?
Well, I love the nastiest, most disgusting houses until I find out what they paid for the house. It all comes down to what they paid for the house. So a couple of them paid $50,000 to $70,000 more than I would have paid for the property. So going into it, I was like, you're going to be in big trouble. And I told them the truth. I actually got a couple of them crying.
Yeah. No, I've noticed. You see a little bit. You're pretty hard and up front. I think you need to be because, like you said, the stakes are real here.
It's a serious business. I have to be.
You have to be. And in the first episode, I don't know if it's the first one's going to air, but it's the one that I got to see. And the guy ignored like almost everything you said in this garage, and he didn't do anything that you told him to do. And then you showed up, and he was like, "Yeah, I decided to go a different way." And you're like, "Dude, you made the biggest mistake of your life just now."
And that's something you'll never see on Flip or Flop. On Flipping 101, you saw the episode. I'm a lot different. I'm the real me. Like, I'm giving my real opinion, my real advice. And it's a completely different version of who I am. And you saw the episode. What did you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic. I loved the seeing the different side of you and seeing you get real with these people. It was hard for them, and I don't envy them, the position they're in, but you seem to pull things off and figure it out. But I feel like you were saying things they needed to hear. And that's what was interesting about it, is because you wouldn't expect that from a show like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely a first of its kind on HGTV. And as the season goes on, as the show goes on, I'm actually tougher and tougher because it's high stakes. And I'll say it over and over again. And if I'm not tough and I'm not real, they're going to lose a fortune.
Yeah, for sure. Was it ever frustrating when you feel
the whole thing's frustrating. When they first asked me about the show, I was like, wait a minute. So I'm going to do a show, tell people what to do. They're going to do what I tell them and make money flipping houses. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound very fun. And then I realized, wait a minute. They don't listen to me. They don't trust me. They know better than me. They don't believe me. And it makes a great TV show because I get in real arguments sometimes with these people because they're telling me I'm wrong. I'm like, well, I bought and sold 1,000 houses, and this is your second. Yeah. But that makes great TV.
That's why it totally does. There is very real conflict. Like, you guys went through all the trouble of picking out very specific tiles. Everybody talked together as a group, and then you showed up. The dude just put one.
All wrong. Just all wrong. Everything we discussed was different. Yeah. Did you see the parking spot in the front yard?
Yeah, the parking spot was just the pavers just in the ground.
It's so bad.
You stood out and you were like, all of this has got to go. Actually, we're going to do it right now. Like, you could see how, like, legitimately and authentically frustrated you were.
Yeah, well, I do get frustrated because it's my own time that I'm putting into helping and driving to the houses. And, I know we're filming a show, but that's TV. Outside of filming a show, I'm genuinely helping people learn how to flip houses. And when they don't listen to me as a coach, it's very frustrating.
Is that hard to walk away from at the end of the day, to not bring that home with you? Like, to not have carry that frustration around? You got to be able, like, at the end of the day, this is your show. It's your job. You got to leave it on set. Is that hard for you to do?
There's one thing I can say about my life over the last 6 to 8 years with 2 different cancers, a public divorce, and a gnarly back surgery, and everything else I've been through. The second I'm home, I'm home. That's it. And I leave all that in the field. That's it.
I was talking to some friends, and I apologize. This has been brought up a million times over the course, but the story of the fan that spotted the abnormality on your neck from watching the show, that's got to be one of the craziest stories in the history of television. What was that like when you got that phone call and found out somebody saw something?
I did find out I had cancer because a registered nurse out of Texas was watching my show, saw I had a lump on my neck, and emailed the production company. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a life-changing experience.
Did you not believe it at first? Did you, when they first?
You know what? I did believe it because I had gone to my doctor previously, and he had told me it was nothing twice, and I knew something was wrong. So when I got that email, I went to a different doctor, and turns out I had thyroid cancer. And then through further testing, about a month later, I found out I had testicular cancer. So it was definitely a rough period of my life.
For sure. Well, 2.0, man.
2.0. That's
Bright
why, like,
horizons.
I'm back. I'm more energetic. Like, people don't understand. You know, I've been on TV a long time, and for 5 of the 8 years I've been on TV, I was really, really sick. So it's hard to be energetic, excited, and happy when you're not doing very well. So today I'm healthier, I'm happier than I've been in a long time, and I think it really shows on the new show.
Yeah, for sure, man. It really does. You look like, for all the frustration, you do look like you're enjoying what you're doing a lot in this show, and it is a fun new experience. Is there something you learned through the years of Flip or Flop, through that process that this show wouldn't be possible if you didn't do that and have that experience? You know, is there something that you carry with you?
I mean, all the same lessons I give myself on Flip or Flop, I now take those lessons into Flipping 101, and it's just a fast-paced, dynamic shows, and you're just dealing with different people on each episode with different personalities and different styles, and it's just a fun show.
What do you guys look for when you're figuring out like great candidates, people for you to kind of coach and guide? What makes a good candidate for the show?
You know, I kind of leave that up to the production company. Yeah, but once they narrow down the candidates, then I choose the ones that I feel would be fun to work with.
What kind of prep do you do before you get to the site? Because it looks like you're seeing the property for the first time and you're kind of walking through it with them.
So I wanted this show to be as real and raw as possible. So I literally have no prep. I don't even ask what they paid for the house. I don't ask what the budget is. I get there, I walk the house, give my assessment, and then I find out what they paid. And that's the oh crap moment.
That's the moment. Yeah. Sometimes you can see it on your face. How different is that from how you approach your own process of flipping? You do a ton of research before you grab a property. You know exactly the ins and outs, right? Like, it's a completely different other side of the coin.
Yeah, with my own personal flips, yeah, I know every single thing I need to know about the property because they're my flips, and I'm the one who's making the decision to purchase them. And for me, I'm trying to find out what's really going on while I'm on camera because I want to really understand the situation and really feel these people. And like I said, some of them were in tears on this new show. That's an HGTV show with people crying, so it's a little different.
Yeah, for sure. What have you guys finished wrapping up? Have you done the whole season? Is it done?
No, we're still filming right
still
now.
Filming
Yeah.
Flipping 101.
I think, Flipping 101, I think we'll probably wrap in the next 2-3 months.
No way. So that's amazing. How many properties did you guys get done?
Season 1 was 14 episodes, so it's a full season, and man, I'm telling you, it's a really fun show. Yeah. I'm so excited about it, and I know it airs in 4 days from now, and I think the world is going to be very happy.
Yeah, I think for sure that people are going to respond to it because it's a different look and a different side of it.
It's a feel-good show. You know, we're giving back. We're
Absolutely.
helping people. We're changing lives through real estate, and it's just amazing.
Have any of the people, or is it maybe not enough time has passed yet, but have any of the people, the success stories, have they gone on to flip more houses? That's the whole idea. These are their first flips, and they're getting bitten by the bug. Have the people followed up with you, been like, hey, man, we've learned so much, and now we've been so successful?
I'm pretty sure every single one of my students is flipping more houses. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we went through a lot of training, and we spent a lot of time together, and I'm just really excited for them.
How much time do you spend on average per couple? Like, you think?
You know, I think
weeks,
it's about
days?
6 full days of shooting,
That's
which is a lot of time to spend with someone. Yeah.
Is that enough time typically to turn around a property, or is there pressure on? Like when?
I mean, the pressure's definitely on. So you have the big shooting days where we're all there, and then you have a lot of the B-roll camera days where I wouldn't be there, but the camera's there shooting all the construction and all the work. And at the end of it, they put it together into a wonderful 30-minute episode.
Yeah. You know, you talk about passing on the knowledge and the experience and training. You recently, I was looking at your social media, Homemade, something you just launched very recently. Tell me about Homemade by Tarek. What's going on there?
Yeah, you know, coaching and teaching people about real estate has always been a huge passion of mine, and I just launched my new coaching program called Homemade Investor by Tarek El Moussa, and I'm just on a mission to help as many people get into the real estate game and help as many people learn how to flip houses as possible. So a lot of speaking, a lot of online courses, and I'm just really happy that I have this opportunity to spread my message about real estate.
Sure. Where do you typically speak? Where do you go out and...
Wow, kind of all over, you know. It's I speak in Vegas in a few weeks, San Francisco in a few weeks, going to D.C. in a few weeks, so kind of all over the place.
Oh, man. And you dig the work? You like doing that? You like jumping on planes all over the place, being in Vegas here, being in
Well,
D.C.
I wouldn't say
there?
the jumping on the plane part is so fun, but I do love public speaking, and like I said, you know, I got into the real estate business by going to a seminar when I was a 20-year-old kid. You know, that's when I really had my eyes open because
what were you doing at 20 going to a real estate seminar?
Well, I got into real estate when I was 20. You know, I was flunking out of college and I was selling kitchen knives and I was totally broke. And back then, there wasn't all the technology. So I lost my sales book with all my leads. And that's how I used to make money, selling kitchen knives. And I was standing at a Washington Mutual Bank in a city called Cerritos, totally broke. I'm looking at my account and I'm like, what do I do here? And I was delivering pizza at Papa John's Pizza. And I looked up to the right and there was a crooked sign that said, Wise Old Owl Real Estate School. So I had a moment, you know, I was looking at the ATM, I looked at the sign, looked at ATM, and that's how I got into real estate. I walked over and I signed up.
History was made.
It was just right place, right time.
That was it, man. Did I see right? Are you going to be filming this year another season of Flip or Flop as well?
We are shooting season 9 of Flip or Flop as we speak.
So you're shooting both shows concurrently?
Yeah, we're shooting both shows concurrently, and I don't have too much time off anymore, but we're filming 2 shows and still running all my companies and still teaching how to flip, and it was a jam-packed schedule.
It is remarkable that you're sitting in this chair right now. I can't believe that you're doing both.
I made
at the time, man. That's brilliant. Yeah. So wait, how are you, like, literally day to day? Are you jumping from one set to the other? How's that work?
Yeah, I mean, on any given day, I might be filming 2 different shows at 2 different times in 2 different locations. So I'm just every single day I'm pretty much filming, and I keep telling HGTV I need a 3rd show or a 4th show, but they're trying to. I told them flipping after dark, so I can shoot at night.
Yeah, you could do a nighttime flipping show, or like a talk show after the flipping show where you guys respond to the flipping.
Exactly.
We'll pitch these later.
Yeah.
So the new season, and you're working with Christina, right? You guys still working together and all that sort of stuff. You figured out. Forgive me if this is a weird question. Was it weird, kind of figuring out your dynamic again once you guys went through everything that you went through the divorce and all that, and then coming back to working on the show? Did it take time to find that rhythm, or not?
The wildest thing about it is we never took a break. We filmed through the entire divorce, and as you could imagine, it was a lot more difficult than you would think, but we pulled it off. We pulled it off, and looking back, I don't know how we did it. I don't know how we did it, but we did it.
For sure, man. Well, that's not an easy thing to do, period, much less to do it under the scrutiny of the public eye and to keep working and doing a show and all that. So I can't even fathom what that must have been like. But you guys seem to have worked it out. Looks
yeah,
really
I mean,
good.
things are great. Our relationship's great. You know, the kids are doing amazing. We live a block from each other. Like, I couldn't be happier.
You got it all sorted. It's pretty nice.
Everything's great.
It's
yeah,
pretty awesome.
And then, you know, I've Heather Ray Young's in my life now, and she's been fantastic. My kids adore her, and it's just nice to have a family again. You know, things are good.
I'm happy, man. I'm really excited for this 2.0 for you, man. That we've got Flipping 101 with Tarek El Moussa. That's happening this Thursday. You've got a new season you're currently filming, a Flip or Flop. We've got the coaching series you're out speaking. And then I think I saw on the relaunch of Extreme Home Makeover that you're going to make an appearance in there for HGTV. Is that right?
Yeah. They invited me out to that iconic show. Like, we all know that show. We grew up to that show. And when they invited me to be a part of it, I was super excited. And just to see the look on the homeowners' faces at the reveal was worth it, because you can just see how much it meant to them. It really changed their life.
You know, your passion for what you do, it's so apparent and so authentic. If you couldn't do this, was another thing. But what else would you do if this wasn't on the table? This gig. What's something else?
The TV or the flipping or the speaking?
I'm going to take everything you're doing right now. I'm going to take it away just for a moment for this exercise, because you love this stuff so much. What's a close second? What else would you find yourself doing, man?
Man, if I could do anything in the world, it would be racing cars or SWAT team.
No way. Yeah. Or SWAT team?
Yeah.
That is fascinating. Racing cars or SWAT team.
I love racing cars.
You could do both. Be like a James Bond kind of character.
Try. Yeah. Take the money that I make racing cars and then go on the SWAT team.
Did you ever race? You ever get behind a wheel like a
Yeah, I was actually racing Ferraris in Texas a few months back at the what is that track? The Kodo track. I raced McLaren's in Texas. I raced Ferraris in Canada, and I just love racing things.
How'd you get into that? We're gonna go to audience in a second, but I'm fascinated by this.
Yeah, well, I've raced dirt bikes, motorcycles, go-karts, cars, pretty much anything with an engine and wheels I've raced. I love the adrenaline, and I think in April I'm taking Heather's dad out to the desert. We're gonna go off-road trucking, so we're gonna be racing through the desert.
Keep an eye on Instagram for that. That's going to be
a lot of fun. And I did something, so I hadn't ridden a sport bike in about 12 years, and my friend invited me out to the racetrack about a month ago, so I took the bike on the track. I missed my first turn on a street bike, went off the track, through the grass, through the dirt. I almost wrecked, so then I had to go back, and I went and got a coach. I'm like, listen, I've never had a motorcycle on a racetrack before, so then he taught me, and by the end of the day, I had my knee down, and I was taking the laps, and it was just amazing.
That's amazing, dude. Oh, I'm really glad I asked that weird question. Thank you for that. All right.
A lot of fun.
We've got a couple of questions from the room. I want to make sure we get to all of them. The first one's going to be Priscilla. Priscilla, I believe you have a microphone. There you are. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I would like to know, how was your experience once you got your first show on the network?
First show.
You know, it's an experience you never forget. You know, one day you're sitting there and you're a normal guy living a normal life, and next thing you know, you're on the big screen, you're on TV, and there's TV commercials, and it was definitely a surreal experience. At first, it was a surreal experience, I guess, but as time went on and people start coming up, then your life starts changing, but now it's like, you know, just part of my life.
Thank you for your question. When did you guys realize the show was as big as it is? It's literally like the most popular show, one of the most, if not the most popular show that they have on the network.
I think it came apparent during season 3 of Flip or Flop, and even more apparent during the divorce, because it seemed like it was all over at all times for a very, very long time. I couldn't escape it.
Oh, what a terrible way to find out how famous you are. That's a
Right, yeah, it was a pretty crappy way.
I'm sorry to hear that. All right, well, great question. Thank you for that. Let's do one more from Mehran. Mehran? Am I getting that right? I apologize if I butchered your name, man. Was I even close?
No.
Nope. How do you say your name? Do it the right way.
Mehran.
Mehran. There we are.
Yeah, Tarek and Mehran.
There we are. Perfect. How you doing? Sorry about that.
No, don't worry. My question is, what is the most recent obstacle that you face, and how did you overcome it? You've been through a lot, all the businesses you run, whatnot you've mentioned, but what's the most recent obstacle that you've faced?
You know, I face obstacles every single day. And I face big obstacles every single day because my hands are in so many different businesses and TV shows and things. And one thing I've learned through all the misery I've experienced over the year, that life is nothing more than a series of ups and downs, right? So I just take each challenge one at a time and always focus on the positive.
Thanks so much for your question as well. All right, well, clearly you've got a lot going on, so I got to let you go. But I'm so excited that we got you for as long as we did and got to hang out for a little bit. Congratulations again on this show and everything you got going on, man. Flipping 101 with Tarek El Moussa premieres on just a few short days on HGTV on the 5th, okay? So do not miss it. Set your DVRs, tune in. It's an amazing show. And if you're a Flip or Flop fan, you've never seen Tarek like this. It's pretty amazing, so you got to check it out. What else we want to plug? What else you got going on? Pick one of a million things you got.
I think that's it. I mean, if someone wants to, learn more about me and what I'm doing, my shows and my business ventures, you can follow my Instagram. It's at the real Tarek El Moussa, because someone stole Tarek El Moussa. So it's the real Tarek El Moussa.
Wait, all right. To the person who stole at Tarek El Moussa,
Where are you?
We would like to formally request that you give that up, please.
Yes, please. I think I've tried.
Have you really?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if it's their legal name, there's not much you could do, right?
That wasn't their legal name.
Oh no, they're just.
He just stole it. It's okay.
Stole it. All right. Well, fair enough. I guess that's the world we live in now. Flipping 101 with Tarek El Moussa. It premieres the 5th. It's this Thursday on HGTV. Do not miss it. And follow him at the real Tarek El Moussa on Instagram. Thank you so much, Tarek, for being here, man. Thank you guys for being a great audience. You were awesome. Round of applause. Enjoy
Thanks,
me
everybody.
one more time. Give it up for Tarek El Moussa right here.